What's up, kids? Welcome back to the Dave Cave. I'm Dave, and today I'm having a look at the DC Multiverse McFarlane Collector Edition Wave 6. Yeah, that's right, guys. Wave 6 in hand, in the house. Skipped Wave 5. Hasn't even come out in Australia yet. Wave 4 I did review. I actually filmed the review. Didn't get a chance to cut it together because I was off in Spain, gallivanting with my family, seeing the sights, guys, but mainly chasing my damn kids around, because that's what a dad does when he goes on holiday with his kids. Chases his kids around. Was it a restful holiday? Kinda, but also kinda not, because I gotta say, guys, love my kids to bits, but they are a damn handful. They are my little smashers there. But anyway, enough about my family, guys. Wave 6 in the house and looking fantastic. Really interesting spread of characters here. Super interesting bunch here. Not a Batman in sight, which is what we were seeing from those early collector edition waves. But yeah, look at this spread, guys. Like barely a B tier character among them. Barely a C tier character. We're talking D and below. Yeah, man, I'm really liking this wave at first glance. And yeah, we're gonna see what's what in a bit when I crack them open and yeah, really kind of dig into the details here. Now I'm gonna go down the line, just knock them all out as quickly as I can. I'm gonna try and avoid doing all the special stuff. Like, I actually think we might have seen all these bucks before, so we might not focus too much on articulation. We're gonna focus on the paint and any accessories and any other newness that we get in the boxes. So with that out the way, I gotta ask you guys to please do all the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, tell your mates about me, and if you don't, I'll kill you, plain and simple. And now, before we move on to the actual review, gotta plug the sponsor of this video, Angel Grove Toys and Collectibles. Guys, head on over to angelgrovecollectibles.com and check out their amazing range. They ship fast, they pack amazingly well, and they're one of the best in the biz here in Australia, and they ship internationally. And if you're a manga or anime fan, go and check out what they've got, because they have got the goods, my friends. But that doesn't mean that they don't have it with the Marvel Legends and the DC Multiverse are concerned. Guys, they are awesome. So thank you very much to Angel Grove Toys and Collectibles for sponsoring Dave Cave Dave Productions. Now, guys, with that out the way, it's time to get into it. Let's review these figures. Let's do this. Alrighty, guys, time to take a look at Agent Liberty. Now, I do have to admit, before I start talking about this guy, I really don't know much about him, and to be honest with you, I can't actually remember if I've actually read any of this character at all. He seems like, from his bio on the card, from what I've read online, he seems like he's like an ancillary character to the Superman universe there. He was some type of agent that broke rank when he was ordered to kill Pete Ross, who was in politics for a while. I must have missed that bit of DC lore there. But yeah, he kind of broke ranks there, and then he leaked a bunch of info to Clark Kent, and then he kind of took on the persona of Agent Liberty there. And so yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, when this guy was first showed off, I thought it was Commander Steel, and I thought he was a JSA member. But there you go, guys. This guy's all new to me, and I gotta say, as an action figure, he looks pretty cool. Let's have a little look at him here. Paint apps are really nicely applied. Like, there's really not too much to complain about here. It's mainly just the little dots on his hands there, the stripes, and yeah, everything else is kind of cleanly applied. I mean, you've got the bandolier on his chest. That star tempo looks good. It's not a sticker or anything. And yeah, quite plain, you know, not quite as plain as that Max Mercury figure that I took a look at recently, but yeah, you know, just maybe a step above that. Action figure accessories wise, we're kind of light here as well. I mean, he's a flying character. He does have a jetpack there. They've given us a bloody black stand, the dickheads. So yeah, we do have this flight effect, this flame effect here, and we'll port that into the back here just like so, and that seems to do the trick. But yeah, I don't know, you're going to have him with a flame effect standing on a black base, which is pretty silly. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I guess he really could have done with a flight stand, this guy, but at this point I've got three spares up on my shelf there. So yeah, if I need a flight stand, I've always kind of got one handy. We've got a pew pew hand, and it doesn't have any pew pews in the packet, so I might need to get a pew pew from my munitions packs there. And then we've also got this shield effect here, which I guess is part of his suit. His suit can kind of create kind of effects, I think. So he can create like a force field around himself, or he can create this shield here. Now this is looking a little bit Captain America-esque here. So maybe a pew pew wouldn't go astray in his hand there. I don't actually know if the character does carry guns, but yeah, I guess we'll have to see. So yeah, nothing too flashy, guys, just some very basic stuff, and it's kind of nicely done. Like that head sculpt there is quite nice. You know, the paint's applied really nicely to the eyes there. We've got the blackness there at the edges, kind of spiking up on the outer edge there, and spiking up and down around the nose, which I think is quite nice, adding to the furrows in the brow there. And then you've got a nice little bit of white applied to the middle there, giving him that kind of superhero, no pupil or iris effect there. So it looks nice, and looks like they might have applied like a slight wash to the skin color on the face there, maybe a little bit of white or something else there to kind of bring out some of those features. But yeah, really nice face. But yeah, as I said in my unreleased review of Wave 4, I don't know if we're looking at another reuse heavy wave of like premium priced McFarlane figures. So hopefully that's not the case here, and I'm really impressed by the other figures. But like this is nice, but this is like Max Mercury nice. Max Mercury was heavy reuse in the main line. I mean, yeah, why is this a collector's edition figure? Is it because of the translucent plastic? I don't get it. So right now, live impressions, guys, I'm not seeing why this guy is a collector's edition figure. It's that same old buck. I believe it's the Blue Beetle buck, or the Booster Gold buck, or whatever it is, the Animal Man buck. Same as the Max Mercury there. But you know, the Max Mercury even had those unique gloves and the collar here. This guy's just got this extra, you know, jetpack and straps with these two extra accessories. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Heavy reuse, guys. Heavy reuse. So, you know, looks great, but I don't know why is this a collector edition figure? Anyway, enough about this guy. Let's move on to the next one. here we have Clock King unboxed out of the pack. And I gotta say, he looks really, really cool here, guys. Got some nice new accessories in these little clock pieces there. We got a big hand, we got a little hand. And yeah, the figure itself looks really nicely painted. With all those little clock tampos all over him. We've got a unique head there. I think those are unique gloves. And I'm not sure what else is unique on this guy. Having a look at the crotch piece there, I'm pretty sure, well, that belt is definitely unique, and I'm not sure if that is all one piece there. It might actually just be a separate piece to the crotch piece, but yeah, not sure how much of this guy is reused there, guys. If you have a look at the edge there of the shoulders, you can see these kind of ribbed lines that go around as if I don't know, he's wearing a backpack or something, or as if this is like a vest, and his arms, his sleeves there are from like an undershirt or something. But that doesn't make sense because the whole thing is like one design, right? So that would suggest this whole thing is just like a bloody leotard or something. So I don't know what they're getting at there. If this is a unique sculpt, then why use this for this body? So that's what's making me think that this is a reused buck. But yeah, aside from that, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, what else is reused there? Looking at the boots there, yeah, they look quite nice. I know that the that Booster Gold Blue Beetle buck there is the straight cut boots there. So I don't know what these pointy boots are. I don't know where they're from off the top of my head though. So yeah, anyone guys out there, if you know exactly what this is, maybe let me know in the comments. Actually, I've just seen it, guys. It's Catman. This is actually Catman. Yeah, so I don't know if even that is a unique buck, but yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, if the Catman buck was based on another buck prior to that. Yeah, so yeah, there you go, guys. We've got to the bottom of it there, but having a look at the sculpt there on the head, that looks pretty cool, man. And I guess none of that face is sculpted on. It's just kind of tampoed, it's just printed on there, but I think that looks pretty cool anyway. We've got wrist watches on either side of the figure there on the gauntlets, and we've got that big watch around the waist there, which is a really nice touch. So yeah, this guy's fully adorned with clocks. Now, as you can see there, guys, we've got a wired cape, and sadly, guys, I don't know, like, do we need a wired cape on bloody Clock King? You might be screaming at the screen. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But I don't know if I really wanted a wired cape on my Clock King figure. Yeah, and it's also not that like nice fabricy material that the Robin cape was, the Robin Tim Drake that I last reviewed. It's that kind of shinier cape, which I kind of don't like. It reminds me of the McFarlane Superpowers capes. It's also, I'm pretty sure it's the same fabric as the Skydive Platinum, the Dark Knight one. So yeah, not a huge fan of this cape, but it's a cloth, like it's a soft goods and it's a wide cape, guys, so I can't complain too hard. That is a really nice touch, and I'm definitely seeing a collector's edition figure more in this figure than I was the Agent Liberty there, guys. So yeah, really kind of seeing where my money's going on this guy more so than the last one. Now, having a look at the hands here. Now, these, you can either just pop them in his hands just so and use them as a walking stick, or you can, you know, pop them in there and he can brandish them like weapons. And I'll do a little of that when I get into my posing segment right after this. But yeah, all in all, nice, guys. Really kind of liking this. But once again, yeah, I mean, it's a reused buck, so where's that newness coming from? Where's that uniqueness? Yeah, really interesting that we just got that Robin, which is mainline release, unique sculpt, fully unique sculpt. Well, you know, I think mostly unique sculpt, and you know, with that beautiful double layered short cloth cape and like 8 extra hands, all up 10 hands, guys. Crazy. And that's a mainline release, and yet this is a collector's edition. I think that Robin edges this guy out in terms of value for money, definitely, because the Robin was just a regular mainline release. And yeah, I paid collector's edition prices for this guy. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's do a couple of poses with this guy and then we'll move on to the next one. Okie dokie guys, time for Ragman, the figure that I feel is, you know, the star of the show in this wave, probably the bitch of the bunch for me, the one that I've been waiting to get my hands on the most out of all of these guys. Now, I'm a big Ragman guy. I think the character's been around since the 70s, but the first time I read Ragman was in, was a Day of Vengeance, where him and some of the other magic-based superheroes were fighting against the Spectre there, who'd gone a little bit AWOL during, not AWOL, maybe a little bit crazy during Infinite Crisis there. So yeah, really cool character. And where have I read him since then? I think there was a Shadow Pact book, and maybe I've read him in like Secret Six or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he was in, he was probably in some Justice League Dark or something like that. But I've read a whole bunch of Ragman, and yeah, really, really cool and interesting character. And I think what they've given us is a really cool look on a reused Superboy, John Kent Buck here. Now, the reason I can tell that this is the Superboy Buck is, the John Kent Buck, is because of these kind of squarish knees. That's the dead giveaway for me. And yeah, he's got that kind of skinny body there, and yeah, dead giveaway for me there, really, guys. And he's also got these kind of, you know, weird little kind of raised bits around his ankles there, guys. So yeah, and I gotta say, even though this is reuse, it's really, really good reuse. The tampos that they've used to cover his body, while they're not, you know, covering, you know, every single inch of his body, I think, you know, we only get it on the front there, guys, and I think it's used quite well with against the backdrop there of the dull grey buck there. I think that green buck there, but I think that green has a bit of a wash on it as well, or maybe even a dry brush, one of the two, just to kind of give it a little bit of grit, a little bit of texture, because this character is, you know, he's kind of a scungy character. You know, he's dressed in rags after all, and yeah, he's got to have a little bit of grit to him. And yeah, really, really nice touch there with those. They could have had some on the back there, but look, you know, what are you going to do? Like, this is pretty commonplace now with a lot of figures to just have no paint jobs on the back. It would have been nice if we got something. That Cyborg Superman had a really nice wash on the back of him there to go along with the rest of his paint job. They could have done something a little bit more for this guy, considering he's in the collector edition line. But look, as well as those nice tampos on the front, at least we do get this really nice wired cape with the strings hanging down on the front here, and a hood, which is actually a separate piece, which has a wire of its own going around the opening of the hood there. Really nice stuff, guys. And as you can see on the cape there, we've got a tattered kind of look going all around the bottom there, kind of going up a little bit higher around the edges, and on the left side there. So yeah, really, really nice work by McFarlane Toys here, giving us some really smart reuse. Really, really like this figure, and I really do like the way that this buck poses as well. So this will be a really nice one to pose up and have a bit of fun with. Now, the effect pieces that we get, I don't know if these are reused. I don't think they are, but they don't really look like they're supposed to be for Ragman, because they kind of have these like square, they look like cards. They look like they could almost be like an effect piece for a Gambit figure or something like that. So I don't know if anyone can tell me if McFarlane's done anything like that for a figure in any of his other lines there, maybe like an anime character, then by all means let me know in the comments. But not the best effect piece, guys, because you kind of have to curl it around the arm there and then find a place for it to stick, and then even then you know, his arm is kind of the bit that's protruding the most out of the effect. It'd be great if it was something like that, kind of like what we got for Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad wave. Yeah, sadly we're kind of left with this. So yeah, not the greatest effect piece, guys. And yeah, you obviously get another one there to do the same with on the other side, but as I said, I couldn't even make this one stick on. So yeah, you're kind of left with a bit of this, which doesn't look the best. I hate seeing effect pieces that are just like dangling. That's not my vibe. Really don't like it. It's a little lazy, and that kind of is another thing that makes me think that maybe these are reused from somewhere else. So yeah, really a little weak on the accessories here, guys. This whole wave has actually been pretty light on the accessories. You know, I think probably the best accessories I've seen so far have been the clock hands on the Clock King, which I gotta say I had a blast posing up there, as you can see from some of my dramatic poses there, guys. But yeah, this is kind of what we get from Ragman. But yeah, look, I think the star of the show here is you know, still this guy. Just because he's high on my list, a lot higher than Clock King, that's for sure. And I really do like the touches on the cape and the really nice paint job on the front there with those printed rags. So yeah, we'll do a little poses for this guy, and then we'll get to the last one, Mr. Red Hood. Alrighty guys, now we've got Red Hood out of the box, and I gotta say, you know, I'm happy to have a Red Hood in my Multiverse collection, but I don't know, man. I don't know if this is if this is really doing it for me. Now, I think it's just down to this being obvious, you know, heavy reuse. There, it's the older Joker. I think it's the criminal, or whatever he is. I don't know, the old one. Yeah, I mean, it's just yeah, reuse of that Joker there. You know, we've got a black suit. We've got this domed head, which, you know, zero sculpt is required for that. And then we've got a wired cape, which you know, I did say before, it's you know, it's hard for me to complain about a wired cape, but in this situation, like, I don't know, do we really care? that much about a wide cape for the red hood. Yeah, it's also, you know, the wire is actually quite thin, not as thick as some of the other wires that we've gotten for our wide cape figures. So yeah, I don't know, this is just a little underwhelming for me. Now this is that shiny fabric, but I don't know, there's something about this that feels a little nicer than the Clock Kings one. Maybe it's just, maybe it's exactly the same and I just like red a bit more, or maybe there's just less of this, but it feels a little less, I don't know, garish than the other one. Maybe because the other one was bright yellow, but yeah, this just feels a little smoother, a little more pliable, a little more easy to work with. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. Like, the figure itself anyway, like, I mean, what else are we really gonna get out of this guy? I mean, the head doesn't move. I'm sure that I'll be able to have some fun posing this guy around, but really, yeah, slightly underwhelming. And when I first saw this announced, I was quite excited about having a red hood. The thing is that I've just, you know, I've pretty much had this figure before, the DC Direct, DC Unmasked series. Great line of figures, and yeah, I still have the red hood from that series up in the attic. And you know what? Came with a Joker head as well, so you could swap them out. So you could have the Joker head on this body with the red cloak. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, actually, could you? I think the cape was one piece with the hood. I don't know, maybe it wasn't. But anyway, not super stoked with this guy. Not super impressed, but look, it'll be nice to have a red hood in the same scale as my other McFarlane Multiverse figures. And yeah, I mean, I guess he'll look okay up on the shelf just standing there like that. But yeah, nothing that I haven't really gotten out of my DC Direct figure before. Now let's have a look at the accessories here. He's got a pickaxe here, all silver. I don't know why that is. Even the wrapped bit on the hilt there, all silver. Don't know why this isn't painted. Looks like it's a wooden texture on that handle there. So yeah, I mean, that's just weird to give us that. We've got a silver switchblade there, and just to kind of top it all off, there's a little, I think it's just a bit of plastic from the sprue or from the mold injection. I don't really know if I've seen many switchblades that have, is this going out of focus? Sorry. Yeah, that have a little kind of protrusion on the side of the blade there. So that's weird. Might have to snip that off with my cutters here. But yeah, not the best weapon there, guys. Nothing that's gonna make posing him too out of this world. And then we have a crossbow, which I think is a weird inclusion, guys. If I'm missing something here, now I'm sure I've seen the Joker with a switchblade before, but a crossbow and a pickaxe. Now, I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments if I'm missing something obvious here, and these are three weapons that the Joker, pre-Joker in his red hood form, or if another red hood for that matter, not Jason Todd, obviously this, like the mobster red hood, the criminal red hood, used these three weapons. If these three are of significance in any way to the actual character of the red hood, please let me know, because I'm not seeing it. If I was going to pose this guy up with something in his trigger hand there, I would probably just put a blaster in it or something like that. A blaster, what is this, Star Wars? I'd probably just put a gun in it or something from the munitions pack there, and yeah, just call it done. But yeah, we'll see what I can get out of this guy in the posing segment. I might make one or two attempts, but yeah, I don't know. It might be cool to see this guy in an epic flowing cape pose with with a gun sticking out, kind of, pointing at the camera there, but you can't really see anything in the face. You can't really see where he's looking or anything like that. So it's not, I don't know, it's a weird figure. I don't know how to feel about this. But yeah, anyway, let's get to it, guys. See you in a bit. Alrighty my guys, time for some comparisons. Let's see how these guys scale with some other McFarlane figures and some other figures that aren't in the 7-inch scale. Okay, here we have some DC Multiverse mainline releases. On the left, we've got the new Asbats, the regular version, and on the right there, we've got the Cassandra Cain. And here they are next to some figures on flight stands. On the left, we've got that new Cyborg Superman, and on the right, we've got that Platinum Manhunter. Now here they stand with the figures that I took on holiday with me. On the left there is that new Tim Drake Robin, the one with the bendy cape. Next to him is the Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. And on the far right there is that 90s Nightfall Nightwing. Now, here they are with a couple of chunky boys. On the left is that Page Puncher's Val Zod, that's the Platinum version. And on the right there is the Mega Fig Calabac. Now here they are with Collector Edition Wave 4. On the left we've got the Penguin, then we've got Captain Boomerang, and on the far right there we've got the Starfire. Now we're heading into some regular 6-inch territory with some Marvel Legends. On the left there is that new Icarus, and on the right is the Tombstone off of that Spidey retro card. Now to keep going with the Hasbro 6-inch, we've got some G.I. Joe Classified. On the left there is Big Boa, and on the right we've got Quick Kick. Now here they are next to some Motu Origins. On the left we've got the original Man-at-Arms from Wave 1, and on the right there we've got the Mattel Creations Extender. Now here they are with some Turtles of Grayskull. On the left there we've got the Michelangelo with a broken arm. I bought that guy in Madrid, got him home. He didn't even set foot in the Dave Cave, and my eldest there snapped his arm off. So thanks, big fella. I'll have to get it glued on or do a little custom there to fix it. But great little figure. And on the right there we've got the Slacker from the Build-A-Figure Wave. And finally, here they are with some NECA from the TMNT 90 film. On the left there, we've got the Casey, and on the right, we've got April. And there you have it, folks. Those are my thoughts on this wave. All in all, a pretty good wave, but, you know, with some interesting choices made here. Let's go down the line, guys. Clock King, I gotta say, initially, really pumped on him, got him in hand, and I thought that, I don't know, I just had mixed feelings about him in hand, and then when I started posing him up, I was totally in love with him. He's a great figure. Ragman, really, really cool addition. He could have had a bit more paint, some more of those rag effects maybe around his body, but overall, a really nice addition to the line. Agent Liberty, you know, a nice figure, you know, real basic reuse with some extra touches. You know, not a figure that I really wanted, but you know, I guess I'm happy that I have this guy. He'll look nice up on the shelf, but I still kind of barely know who he is. But you know, whatever, I'll take him. He's cool. And then the Red Hood on the right there, you know, a figure that's a little unnecessary personally. Like a figure that would have just been fine with a plastic cape, you know, but I don't know, like, I guess having a wide cape really just elevates any figure, but I'm just not sure if the Red Hood like really deserves that level of elevation. He's a very basic character, so I don't know. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments, but I just feel like he is probably the weakest of the line, and the other three are definitely stronger. Yeah, it is a weird wave though, you know, like we've got 3 out of 4 with bendy capes, which is really, really nice, but then, you know, we don't have a single new buck in this whole wave. And, you know, I've kind of spoken about collector edition before, and I really don't know where my money's going in this wave. You know, we don't get a lot of extra hands, we don't get a lot of accessories. Is it all just bendy capes and paint apps? I mean, that's fine for Clock King and for Ragman, but where's my money going with Agent Liberty, and where's my money going with that Red Hood? It's not all in the bendy cape there, guys. It's not all in the wide cape. It's kind of not good enough there for the Red Hood or the Agent Liberty, really. That's my issue. Like, I know that bucks being reused is the name of the game in action figures, but to this extent, like where we're getting a collector edition wave that costs a lot more money and we're not getting a single unique buck, I had kind of come to expect at least one unique buck from a collector edition wave. In wave 4, we had the Starfire. In the previous wave, we had that amazing Captain Carrot. Where's our Captain Carrot for this wave? Those are just my thoughts, my ramblings, guys. I don't know, maybe you agree with me, maybe not, but all in all, I think this is a really diverse range of characters, and I think it's a cool wave. I think it's a really cool wave, and I just have my usual misgivings about the collector edition line. Well, that's it from me, guys. It's time for me to bust out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for any love that you've given me in the past. Once again, guys, please like, subscribe, share with your mates. Help me get this out there, guys. Help me grow the channel. And once again, if you don't, I'll find you and I'll kill you. Let's once again plug the sponsor of the channel, Angel Grove Toys and Collectibles. Guys, head over to angelgrovecollectibles.com and buy yourself something nice, guys. Treat yourself and tell them Dave sent you. That's it from me, guys. Until the next review, I'm Dave, coming at you from the Dave Cave. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.